Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of creditrepairshop.com. Put my glasses here so I can read what I got to read. In this video, we're going to talk about charge-offs and write-offs. There's still a lot of misconceptions about it. Responding to an email question, a YouTube subscriber question about a charge-off, write-off. But before I get started, I want to talk about one of the debts that's being released in the market, and what I'm starting to see now is that it's getting tighter and tighter with the statute of limitations on debt that's being sold. Normally, it was debt that was out of statute of limitations, past instead. What I mean by statute of limitations, by most states' uh, uh, laws on statute of limitations to collect debt, it was usually debt that was past the statute of limitations. Well, now I'm starting to see a lot of debt being sold on the market that is within the statute of limitations for, I would say, for the majority of the states. There's still some states that have 3 year, 4 year statute of limitations, but for the ones that have, like 5, 6 year, those in higher, these debts are being sold, and it's going to take a little bit more work for people who find themselves owing a debt that is not past statute of limitations. And I always give you the solution for both regardless. But this is a portfolio, credit card portfolio, $2.5 million, 700 and 972 accounts. Average charge-off date is September 4th, 2004. For most states, this is going to be out of the statute of limitations range, but there are some that it's still within. So step one, what's going to happen is when this uh, debt debt collector is going to send out a letter asking individuals who are on that who are the debtors out of 972 people. They're going to say, what are you going to say that you owe this debt? It was this previous owner, original creditor. What are you going to do? We're demanding a payment. But also in that letter, they give you the opportunity, and they have to, by law, to dispute that debt. This is where everything is going to start. That's where the ball is in your court. If you do this, even if this debt is not past statute of limitations, if you do these steps, it can make the debt collector not want to come after you for that debt. So this is what you got to do. And forgive me, I'm having some video issues here on the camera. I don't know why that came back. Uh, but so what you got to do, you get that letter, and then you need to first check to see if it's past the legal statute of limitations to collect. If it's not past the legal statute, if it's past the legal statute of limitations to collect, you just got to simply notify them that they're trying to collect the debt that you legally don't have to pay, and that will make that go away. If it is not past the legal statute of limitations to collect it, and let me back up, you can find that information on my website. If you go to creditrepairshop.com, go to the bottom, click on my blog, type in statute of limitations. You will see the statute of limitations for all 50 states. And this is for credit card debt, it'll be in the fourth column. If it is not past the legal statute of limitations, then what I want you to do is send a letter. I call it a cease and desist collection activities letter. This is a letter that I've developed that will get most debt collectors to stop coming after you, even if it's not past the legal statute of limitations to collect, because it notifies them that you're going to fight this, that you're going to make them have to prove every aspect of the debt, not that they're just going to be able to send you some bank statements if this thing is said and done here, because they're required. If they buy the debt, they're required to get everything pertaining to that debt, and there's problems with that because they cannot get all of that information because the original creditor is not going to give them all of that information. That is private information. Some of that is the ways that they even approve people for loans, and they're not going to give them that information. And then also, if they do respond back, it's going to be some back and forth. They might try to send some statements, say some things that does not matter. You just respond back and make sure they give you everything that I put on that letter. And but that will make them usually stop. And also, I give you a debt validation letter that you can use too. The link is below to get the statute of limitations letter, the debt validation letter, and the debt cease and desist collection activities letter. I give you all three of those. Use them pertaining to your situation. Now, let's get into the charge off, write off. People think that just because an account says charged off or written off, that means that you don't have to pay it, that it's all over. They got a tax write off for the amount that they gave to you, and it's all over, all said and done. No, that is just that. When they say charge off or written off, that is what they are required to do on their books so they can notify investors, or if it's just a single owner company, that this account is not performing. You don't want to have your book saying that you have a million dollar coming in. Let's just say, keep it with that number. You have $1 million coming, supposed to be coming in, and you have $500,000 come in, and you're like, why am I only getting 500,000 when it's supposed to be a million? And then you see that they're non-performing accounts. That's why after a certain period of time, when an individual is not paying a credit card, a payday loan, uh, auto loan, uh, any type of consumer debt, it must be charged off. It's different period of time for all of them, but it must be charged off because they have to show that they're carrying their books the right way, that they're telling the truth, especially for a publicly traded company. They have to disclose all the time that what is true on their books and what is, what accounts are not performing. So that's what that all comes down to. Now, but again, when those accounts are charged off, what those companies do is they batch them up and they sell them just like this portfolio that is being sold here. They will batch all of those charge offs and write offs off and they will send. Now, let me give you a situation where they cannot uh, come after you for the money. And there's only one case that they cannot come after you for the money, other than if they don't prove it's past statute of limitations, is if the creditor does what's called a debt forgiveness, debt cancellation, 1099-C cancellation of debt to the IRS. When they do that, it is over, done, and what the IRS is going to do is they're going to send you a form saying that this creditor that you owe, in this case, $2,500 to, said that they are forgiving the debt and we consider that debt income to you. They're getting the full write-off. We're considering that additional money that you didn't pay as income to you, and now we want you to pay taxes on that money. So that's that process. That's what would happen if they did file it with the IRS as a 1099-C cancellation of debt. And then you can do all types of things to get that waived so you won't have any additional taxes based on that. But do not disregard those when you receive them in the mail because they consider that as income. And if you don't file properly on that income, the IRS is going to penalize you on that. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like this video. Please post your comments and questions. Please share. Please do everything so we can help more people. This is real, legit information for dealing with real companies and dealing with real customers. If you need help with your credit, please visit my website, thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch the video, what makes us different, so you can see my 8-point validation process. This is not something that's done overnight. Depending on your specific situation, your credit could be done faster or it could take longer, but we will do the work. If you need your credit reports and scores, please visit the website your3scores.com. get those, and we will do free reviews, and also that uh, report links into our software. If you need the statute of limitations letter, you need the debt validation letter, or the cease and desist collection activities letter, the links are below this video, also with other links to other services that we offer. Thank you for your time. This is Stephen A. Williams, President and founder of the Credit Repair Shop.